US Vice President J.D. Vance's planned trip to Islamabad on Tuesday has been delayed and now it has been indefinitely postponed. White House has confirmed that J.D. Vance and other members of the US delegation would not be traveling to Islamabad. According to the US officials, Vance's visit has been deferred for now because of Iran's failure to respond to US's negotiating positions ahead of talks. While Trump had long confirmed that a team of Vance and his special envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner would be visiting Islamabad, Iran had not committed to participating in the fresh round of talks. And now to give you more on this, I'm joined by DD India correspondent Akshay Dongre. Good morning, Akshay. Now, ceasefire has been extended, but blockade remains in place. Would that help in achieving the desired result that US is currently eyeing upon?
Well, seems highly unlikely, Deepika, and the reason for that is the posturing remains, but little is being done on the ground to resolve the situation. From all of these actions of extending the ceasefire, threats, and all of these things that are taking place right now, we can only understand one thing, that it's not just Iran that wants an off-ramp of this conflict, it's the US as well. That is desperately looking for an off-ramp, but the actions of none other than the US president, it seems, are complicating the matters. The urge to humiliate Iran, the urge to take credit for the situation, and to and also the urge to portray oneself as the hero. And the most intelligent person as far as this entire conflict is concerned is also far more complicating the situation, given the fact that if Trump hadn't, posted those tweets and talked about the internal negotiations, the diplomacy that's taking place, we would have far more likely, it would have been far more likely to get a positive outcome out of these conflicts right now. But the situation remains complicated. The situation remains unresolved, and all of the talks, even though heading in the positive direction, are ultimately turning out to be, to circle back to the same points. Is also because of the diplomacy that is being carried out from both the sides. Blockading the Strait of Hormuz, attacking on the ships is something that is complicating the matters when it comes to the Iranian side, and also counter blockading the ports of Iran, not exactly keeping the conversation secretive. Is making things complicated for diplomacy to move forward. So while we are hoping for a positive outcome, more serious diplomacy and more serious negotiations, and perhaps kept secretive, would be best for a positive outcome out of this situation that is impacting not only the region, not only US, but the entire world.
And now, considering the recent developments, what are the possibilities of yet another round of peace talks, as J.D. Vance will not be present for the peace talks in Iran?
Well, Deepika, from all we are gauging right now, one thing is quite certain, that US wants peace talks as well. They need it. It's not just that they want it. There are midterm elections in November that are going to take place, and without the end of this conflict, the result is going to be devastating, not just for the economies around the world, but also for US domestic politics. Because, we have to remember that it was not Iran that had attacked Israel and US. It was the other way around. So if you have initiated a conflict, you should have initiated a conflict with keeping in mind, set goals and objectives. When we heard that the conflict had started, we heard a timeline of about 2 to 3 weeks. It's been more than months now. So clearly something is amiss. And certainly there are going to be peace talks, because the situation cannot be left unchecked. The troops cannot be sent on the ground. That's one thing for sure. Because if troops are sent on the ground ahead of midterm elections, if there are casualties on the US servicemen, then there can be opposition targeting the present government of the US, stating that all of these soldiers are dying because of the conflict that you had initiated without keeping objectives in mind. So US will look for an off-ramp. Maybe they are too proud to say that they will be looking for diplomatic solution and an off-ramp from this conflict, but that's the reality. So, and that the testimony is in the very fact that the US has extended the ceasefire and doesn't want the fighting to resume and the fighting to escalate, which is a good thing for the world peace, which is a good thing for the region, but not a good thing in the long run when it comes to a resolution of the conflict without serious negotiations and diplomacy.
All right. Thank you so much, Akshay, for joining us and getting us the latest on the recent developments.